I speak about education from a non-flattering point of view. Maybe because it's destroying our fascinating, curious minds? I don't claim to be an expert in education. I'm still a student, and I speak for myself. I believe that students should have a voice in the education system today, because mainly they are the ones who are being educated. Years continue to pass. Some students graduate, some fail out, some drop out, but nothing really changes. The education system reminds me of a dictator that is unwilling to step down. That's what I read in an article a few days ago. I'm aware that no education system is perfect, and I believe that they're all the same across the world. We memorize, study for the test, and forget, only to know 10 years later. Oh God, what a terrible world we have been constructing. I strongly feel that our methodologies in schools are demolishing creativity. Robinson noticed in his last TED Talk that our education system teaches us that being wrong is the worst possible outcome. Nowhere is there a better example of this than standardized testing. And we learned that being good means sitting still and nodding yes, while being bad means attempting to do things differently. And so ideas that don't fit the mold are rejected. I'm going to give you the example of Jillian Lean. She's one of the most famous theater choreographers who's made millions for her work on Broadway shows. When she was a child, she struggled with school and was taught she had a learning disorder. Her parents took her to a doctor to figure out what was wrong and potentially prescribe her medication. The doctor told them she wasn't sick. She just needed to pursue dancing, and the rest is history. So imagine how many dancers, artists, and creative types have had their potentials wasted because our system doesn't have the time or patience to guide them in the right direction. Instead, we're disciplined to follow a narrow path, and if we don't confirm, we're taught that we failed. Robinson says that a teacher's job is not just to relay information to their students, not to simply be a delivery system. That's part of it, but there's so much more. So I want you to think about these. From year one, students are taught to stay within the lines, to only use certain colors, and to read, write, or think a certain way. If it was not done the way others expected, they would fail the assignment or be taught to do it over and over again. Schools kill creativity, whether it's an art class or a science class. Even though the teacher says, guys, think outside of the box, be creative. But when done so, guess what? Points are deducted for not respecting the rules. For instance, adding an edge to an assignment but having to redo it because it had to be done how the teacher would like it. Robinson said, the result of an education focused on the children's heads rather than their bodies leads to a system whose ultimate goal is to form university professors, which I definitely agree with. And last but not least, we'll learn by doing. Imagination and creativity are the traits that fuel the future. Both serve to inspire students and should be integrated into every part of learning. This we know. Teaching students how to think is more important than teaching students what to think.